Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about a really important event in history, the Holocaust. Although most people have heard of the Holocaust, no one ever focuses much on it. Today, I want to take the time to educate everyone on this horrific historic event. Now, what even is the Holocaust? I know that pretty much everyone has heard of the Holocaust and probably knows what it is, but the Holocaust is known for the persecution and mass murder of 6 million Jews during World War II. However, it wasn't just Jews who were targeted. Disabled people, Poles, prisoners, and LGBTQ people were also targeted. The Nazis, under the leadership of Adolf Hitler, used propaganda, fear, and brute force to make the genocide happen. Now, why did it even happen? The main reason the Holocaust happened was because of anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism had existed in Europe for quite a while. Hitler used this hatred for Jewish people to bring himself to power. He blamed the Jews for Germany's problems, specifically their economic crisis. Once he was in control, he started passing laws that took away the Jews' rights and ended with a mass murder of them. There are still a lot of myths about the Holocaust, and some of them are pretty odd. For example, some people don't even believe the Holocaust happened. It's not like we have photographic evidence, testimonies from survivors, or written Nazi documents, right? But in all seriousness, I might not understand why people would not believe in this event, but I do know that it's extremely rude and disrespectful to all the people who suffered. Another myth that I deem a bit more understandable is that the Holocaust was limited to Germany and Poland. However, this is not true. The Holocaust happened in the majority of Europe as Nazi Germany expanded its empire. Countries like Denmark, Norway, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and Greece were occupied by Germany, and thus allowing the Holocaust to happen there. Now, I would also like to talk about how the Holocaust affected American identity. After the event, we let Holocaust survivors into our country to help them feel safe from persecution. We also focus more on civil rights in our country after seeing victims of the Holocaust being stripped of theirs. The USA believes in freedom and justice for everyone, but to believe in that, we have to learn from times when they were ignored. So you might ask, why am I even learning about the Holocaust? Well, learning about this event and its history lets us identify the warning signs of murder and genocide. It starts with small things like jokes about stereotypes and racism, which will lead to hate crimes and attacks against the targeted group. Next is the danger of staying silent. We have to speak up when we see such injustice because negligence is what let the Holocaust happen in the first place. The policy of appeasement was a manifestation of this idea. The policy of appeasement basically stated that they should just let Hitler do whatever he wanted so that he didn't start another World War. Well, me personally, I don't think that worked out pretty well. And this horrible policy was made by British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain. This policy was proof that staying silent won't solve the problem, which was also believed by Winston Churchill, who said the famous quote, "An appeaser is one who feeds a crocodile, hoping it will eat him last." This is an important quote because it perfectly described the consequences of appeasement. The crocodile represents Hitler, and the appeasers are Britain and France because they tried letting Germany do whatever they wanted. And it ended with Hitler taking over the majority of Europe. So we have to speak up whenever we see hate or injustice if we don't want a repeat. Now, I would like to take a moment to talk about my life. I used to think that racism doesn't exist today, but in fact it does. I would go as far as to say that it's probably even more prominent today. You might have not noticed it or ignored it, but some stereotypes have been normalized in our culture. I've seen many TikToks and shorts making racist jokes, and of course it's not meant in a harmful way, and it's supposed to be taken lightly as a joke. But that's how it all starts, as a joke. We are normalizing racist behavior, whether they're embedded in jokes, memes, or in social media. They're still bad for us as a society and will result in terrible incidents. This is also a reason why I believe it's important to study history in the first place. Some people might say the past is the past, but understanding the past helps us not make the same mistakes in the future. People say history repeats itself, and I believe it will. But if we change ourselves, then we can prevent that from happening. So the next time you see a racist meme or joke on social media, or even hear someone making one, I hope you will consider the consequences. Thank you. Oh, and these are our sources.